Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. Today I've got an exciting video for you on my universal chest harnesses. Now these are a product that I have been selling for quite a while now, but I've reinvented them a few times, and now that I'm working with CNC machines a lot, and I've got my own CNC machine at my disposal, I'm able to do a lot more interesting stuff. And it's kind of like the sky's the limit with Kydex in general, but now I've just added this really amazing automation and precision cutting and drilling kind of element to it. So not everything that you see in Kydex can really be done with a CNC in terms of drilling and cut. I mean, it can, but a lot of it is much more time consuming to do with the CNC than just by hand. But something like this product, this universal chest harness plate, is a lot better, more precise, cleaner looking, etc., doing it with the machine. So I wanted to start by just referencing, I'll put the link in the description box just so that you can go back and watch and see the comparison between the original and the most updated. But a few years ago now, I had a customer named Austin reach out to me and ask me if I could create him some kind of chest plate that rides on molly webbing, or not molly webbing, I'm sorry, but just nylon webbing. Just build him a harness with a chest plate in the center that would have a bunch of holes, leather clad, and just offers a myriad ways of attaching various gear to it. So, I came up with this. I think I had spaced everything by like a half an inch or something like that. Leather clad chest plate. I did it all by hand. It took me so long. It was a very time consuming and tedious process. And, as much as I did like the end results, there's no denying that the hole placement was not precision. There's a lot of little nitpicky type stuff that you could look at it and criticize just based on the fact that the holes didn't have like a super precise placement. So long story short, that was the first one that I ever did. And then from there, I started building chest harnesses in the sense that I favored a 3-point harness, and I would put a little D-ring attachment at the end of each one of those harness points. So the harness would attach to the D-ring, and then you attach through the eyelet of this piece of Kydex on it, the tab, to the sheath. And so you could create a nice chest rig like that. Well, the problem with those kinds of chest rigs is that they essentially limit you to positioning it one way, tightening all your straps down so that carry method works for you. And then if you ever want to change anything about the setup, you're going to have to adjust webbing. Once you have it adjusted, yeah, it's easy to get on and off, but every little change of position means a massive time investment. So that continued for a few years, and now here we are with the most recent and current update. And this is actually Austin's design, what you're looking at. It's a collaborative design. He didn't, send me a specific sketch of the exact anything on this, but he gave me the guidelines and let me have a little bit of constructive artistic freedom with it. So now I'm going to want to go ahead and also tell you that Austin has since created his own Instagram page, I believe YouTube channel as well. I'm going to put any relevant links in the description box, and he's going to be doing some gear review and things like that. So Austin came up with this idea. His page, by the way, is Bayou Amateur. So go check out the Bayou Amateur page, YouTube, Instagram, whatever else he's on. I'll try to find it all and link it down below. But yeah, so Austin was originally the one that came up with the idea of doing a plate like this. And then once he saw that I was doing my own kind of standard chest plates now, he reached out and said, hey, can we work on something together? I'd love to, to help make something and maybe get one and review it and all that. So now what we're looking at is a combination. You have a single plate and a double plate, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So the single, if you were to order just I'm going to call it the Bayou Amateur single. If you order a Bayou Amateur single, you're going to get this plate. It's a little bit larger, obviously features slots on the top and on the sides. You have the slots at an angle on the edges so that you can orient the plate. Now you can also orient this vertically. You just have to adjust the webbing to match accordingly, but everything is symmetrical on the plate, so you can find ways to carry it. And once you have the webbing adjusted for your body type, for your size, all that good stuff, you're done. You can lock the webbing, the straps, like so. You want it to be passing through one side 3 times, and that will be locked in place. And then you can attach whatever it is you want to attach to the plate. So you're really just adjusting the harness to pull the plate to your body to the tightness that you like, and then you can mount any given item on it in just a pile of different angles. So truly, I would say you have 360 degrees of adjustment for angles. You also have lateral and vertical adjustment, and depending on the plate size and configuration you go with, you can get yourself a bunch of gear on it, or you can even have multiple plates. I can put a plate in the front and a plate in the back. This is the standard option for how the back will look. It's just going to be a little plate with some curved slots in it. The webbing comes into. This is symmetrical from any angle, so it doesn't really matter how you put it on. But if you wanted something where you could mount stuff to the back, yeah, you can definitely do that. I personally would not recommend mounting anything to your back for the number one reason that if you fall on it, you're going to probably get injured. Number two is that in the center of your back, you're not going to really comfortably be able to access much of anything. And this tends to ride a little bit high on the back, like think between your shoulder blades. So it's a really difficult spot to actually reach and manipulate. And even if you can draw something out of it, good luck putting that something back in. So I would recommend going with just the standard, mounting plate on front and just a strap wrangler is what I would call this on the back. Oh, by the way, I used to do these with metal O-rings. I can still do that if you prefer the O-ring, but I tell you what, I like this idea a lot better. So this exact one is going to a customer named Race, and Race asked for black plates with OD green webbing. Now you'll find these products are going to be available on my website, and I will try to list them in, I'm going to try to create, I haven't done it in the past, but I'm going to try to revamp my website store very soon so that you can click, hey, I want the Bayou Amateur single, and then you've got drop down options that say for colors of the plate itself and then colors for the webbing. So you might have yourself some options there. All right, now here is the Bayou Amateur double. This is the one that Austin actually requested. So he wanted this plate design kind of roughly described to me, and I think I've hit the nail on the head with. But then he asked if I could connect a second plate below using some soft loops or something like that. So I've set it up to where you've got these kind of loops in there. You can fold the plates down so it packs down really well. But the idea behind this is that you have something available to mount. I think he said he wanted to put a pistol on top and maybe a mag, and then spare mags or tourniquet or knife or whatever else. But you've got a lot of options. You've got double the real estate to work with. And the cool thing about this is you don't need more webbing. You have the same amount of webbing. It just attaches to the bottom plate. I have put this on. I have worn it. I'll probably use that as the thumbnail, actually. I took a picture of it. I'll probably use that as the thumbnail for this video. But it's a really cool, comfortable way to carry your stuff. Personally, when I'm out in the field hiking, camping, whatever, I prefer methods of attaching things to my body that don't require a belt. And that's why I love baldric carry and I love chest carry. These are completely independent of pants and belt situations. So if I'm wearing just runner shorts versus wearing, full on like, jeans or heavy duty, carpenter pants or something like that with a belt, doesn't matter. This type of gear can go on me regardless. And that's one of the things I value most about carrying this way, is that it's something that you really can keep ready to go and throw it on no matter what the situation is. I wouldn't call myself a good runner, but I like to go out running. And when I do, I oftentimes will pack stuff into a chest pouch. So I carry concealed in a chest pouch, whatever medical gear, cell phone, keys, wallet, I carry all that stuff on my chest. The same kind of principle goes for when I'm out for a hike or something like that. I prefer to carry things on my chest where it's readily accessible, and maybe you have something in your backpack as well. That's great, but I really want to emphasize that it's important to be prepared for an emergency where your reaction time could mean the difference between life and death. So chest carry is just one way to facilitate that, in my humble opinion. I would love your opinions down below. What do you guys think is the most, I don't want to use the word tactical necessarily, but what would you call like the most prepared way to carry something when you're, say, like out in the woods or out for a jog versus walking around everyday EDC? Personally, my philosophy on everyday carry is that, if I'm out about in town, I don't really want anybody to know what I have on me. I really like that whole gray man idea, and I'm no expert in it or anything, but I believe that it's a safer way to live, and I think that it takes just so many instances being publicized, which obviously is an issue in the mainstream media, getting them to actually cover that, but it only takes so many times for a good Samaritan who is concealed carrying to stop a deadly threat, meeting a deadly threat with deadly force, before that kind of behavior stops. I mean, I would hope anyway. But all right, so these are the Bayou amateur plates. Sorry for getting off on a tangent there up on my soapbox, but that's just a really important detail for me. Bayou amateur. Please go check out in the links below his pages, his relevant social media, all that good stuff. Give him a follow, give him likes on his videos. I don't know how extensive his channel will go as far as the spectrum of things that he's going to review, but I am really excited to send these his way and get his thoughts on those. So go check out that video. Now I'll put this on the back end of the video here. This is a standard chest plate, so it's all the same webbing, but I wanted to just show you the chest plate itself. Now the back plate for this one I did a little different. It doesn't have curved slots, they're straight slots. I can do the curved slots instead. It doesn't really matter. I think I designed this one first and then milled it out, so whoever orders the standard plate will probably get the straight slots at least at first, and then maybe I'll transition if people are giving me a lot of feedback that they like the curved better. But this is how I package these up. So you get the front plate, the back plate, you get all the relevant webbing, and then you also get a taped up stack of these tri-glide buckles. Now these things look like this, and they just really help to wrangle your webbing. So you feed the webbing up and through, and then you'll double over the excess and put that back through. And when you want to lock the strap, you can see it's gone through a third time here, and it's impossible for that to come loose after that point. By the way, the webbing that I use is all Beachin Tactical. I'm not sure, well, I'll leave that conversation for another time. Anyway, Beachin is my go-to, best webbing in the world, and the dude is just great to work with. Jacob over there, he's got several brands that you should all check out. So Beachin Tactical, the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors, Exodus Knife and Tool, his knife designs, awesome knives, some of which have been produced by companies like White River, obviously a pretty illustrious brand there. And yeah, he's just got more to come in the future. I'm confident of that, and it's all quality stuff. So I really appreciate Jacob, and I think he's got another page out now, Solid Rock Survival. So please go ahead and go give him a like and a follow as well. Now, what's the difference between the standard, I'm going to call this the standard small, or standard, I'll just, whatever, the standard plate. I'll probably rename things and have them all up on the website. But the difference is, you can obviously tell it's a smaller plate, not by a ton, but it's a little bit smaller. So you're sacrificing a little bit of the space. But this is really meant for if you're going to have like a single item, maybe two smaller items you could have on this at the same time. This is the one that I first came out with that got Austin's attention and got him to reach out saying, hey, can we collaborate on something? Now I'm also going to be releasing other sizes. My plan is to have kind of standard small, medium, and maybe even large, and then having the Bayou Amateur single and double options, and then I might have like a square option, small and large. So I've got other designs in the works, and I also wanted to shamelessly plug that I can design you a custom one if that's something you're interested in. So if you already know like the real estate that you're working with, how much space you need, the size, the overall dimensions, or just how far apart you want the eyelets, not the eyelets, but the mounting holes to go from, from one side to the other and from top to bottom. I can customize all of that information for you. So anything like that, you'd have to link up with me and we'll discuss all the details, and then I can model it up, give you guys a preview, and when you want to pull the trigger, I can machine that out and invoice you and all that good stuff. But you get the general concept. It's customizable to the nth degree. So I'm very, very happy and proud to present these. And I will have them up on my website, hopefully by the time you see this video. Well, no, that's not true. I'm going to post the video today, I believe. And I should have this stuff up on the website within the next week, I want to say. So I got to get some good product photos and maybe overhaul the website store just a little bit so that these are easier to purchase with a variety of configurations available. So, all right, guys, well, that's what I've got for you. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, good, bad, ugly, go ahead and post those below. I would love your thoughts, and your feedback is always incredibly valuable to me. So I'll look forward to hearing your thoughts below in the comments section. I think that's all I got for you right now. So like, share, comment, subscribe, and thanks for tuning in. Stick around for the next video, guys. God bless.